Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Side Hustle Review podcast. Before we dive in, let's keep it real. This is still one of the most underproduced raw podcasts out there. It's not in its fancy studio, and there's no professional editor behind the scenes. This is something I do on the side of everything else, being a dad of two kids, holding down a full-time job, and spending my free time exploring and researching side hustles. But here's the deal. While it might not sound polished, my goal is to make everything as helpful and actionable as possible. So thanks for sticking with me through the rawness. Your support, whether it's following, giving this a 5-star review, or sharing, means the world as I grow this from the ground up. Now, if you haven't listened to episode 1 yet, let me give you a quick recap. In that episode, I broke down 3 types of side hustles. You have the pocket change side hustle, which is quick, short-term ways to make fast cash, financial booster side hustles, long-term hustles that help you build financial stability, and freedom builders, big dream side hustles designed to replace your 9 to 5. If you're just getting started with side hustles or want to rethink how they fit into your life, episode 1 should be a great start. All right. Now let's build on that foundation. Today we're diving into the concept of the side hustle ladder, how side hustles can evolve and build onto each other to help you reach your goals. But before we get into it, let me give you a quick teaser for what's coming up in the next few episodes. In episodes 3, 4, and 5, I'm going to give you a closer look into each side hustle bucket, the pocket change, the freedom builder, and the financial booster. I'll share some of the best ones, those quick, simple ways to earn extra cash, and the perfect ones for you to just start out. So if you're curious about where to begin, make sure you tune in to next week and the next 2 episodes. All right, now let's jump into the side hustle ladder, a framework for using side hustles strategically to grow financially, professionally, or whatever it is you're trying to do. So what is the side hustle ladder? It's an idea of side hustles do not have to be static. They can build on each other, taking you step by step closer to your goals, whether it's financial freedom, extra stability, or personal growth. For example, you might start with a pocket change hustle, something small like driving for DoorDash or flipping items online. Over time, you could save up enough money to build confidence and transition into a financial booster. This financial booster could complement what you did for your pocket change hustle, or it could be something completely different like freelancing, a service-based business, or selling products online. And then as you build those skills and those networks of a financial booster and you have aspirations to quit your 9 to 5, you might be able to turn that into a freedom builder or use it to buy or move into a completely different freedom builder, perhaps a business or brand that you can eventually replace your 9 to 5 on. Here's the thing, the ladder isn't about climbing quickly or step by step. It's about using each of these side hustles as tools to get where you want to go. The beauty is it's flexible. Your ladder doesn't have to look like everyone else's. Now, this is the part where most podcasts plug their sponsor, but as you know, I don't have one yet. So instead, let's give another shout out to Liquid Death for not sponsoring this episode. Why do I mention them again? That's because they've done something brilliant. They took water, a product that everyone thought was done. No way you're going to try and refresh this one. And they gave it a fresh, rebellious twist that turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. That's what side hustles are about, finding new ways to approach opportunities and find your own personal way to stand out. So thanks again, Liquid Death, for inspiring entrepreneurs everywhere and for not sponsoring this episode just yet. All right, let's talk about how you can actually use the ladder to turn your side hustle dreams into reality. Let's say you've always wanted to own your own pressure washing business or service. But there's one big problem. You don't have startup money for equipment, marketing, or anything else. Here's how the ladder might help. Option 1, start with a pocket change side hustle. You could start small with something like DoorDash or Uber Eats to quickly earn extra cash. The goal here isn't to get rich, it's to save up just enough to cover the cost of a basic power washer, cleaning supplies, and maybe a small amount of money for marketing. There is option two, which is more creative. If you really want to skip buying the equipment right away, you could do that and just focus on marketing your business first. Use whatever clients you land from that marketing and rent the equipment you need for each job. Over time, as you build up more and more clients, you can reinvest your earnings to eventually buy your own equipment. This step is where you're starting to take something that you made as a pocket change side hustle of doing some pressure washing here and there with rented equipment, and then moved it into something like a financial booster as you built clients over time. Now, let's say you want to build this into a freedom builder. Once you've got the equipment and steady flow of clients, you can start thinking about how you can scale this into a full-fledged business or brand. Maybe you add more services, you hire helpers, you establish a whole look and feel for this service that makes it a brand, and you have room tokens, things like this. At this stage, you're turning your side hustle into a freedom builder, a thing that can replace your 9 to 5. The point here is that you don't need a huge upfront investment to get started if you know how to use these different side hustles as tools to get you where you want to go. It's all about being sustainable and having some low risk as you move forward. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when navigating the side hustle ladder and how to avoid them. First one is thinking you need to start from the bottom. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you must start with a pocket change side hustle and work your way up step by step. That's not true. If you're in a position to jump straight into a financial booster or even a freedom builder, that's totally okay. The ladder isn't a strict path, it's a framework. The key is to be honest about your starting point and what resources, whether time, money, or skills, you're bringing to the table. Just don't rush it and skip the planning, as that is a critical part of your success, which gets us to mistake number 2. Skipping the planning stage is mistake number 2. No matter where you start, jumping in without a plan can always be risky. A side hustle isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. Take the time to set clear goals, budget your time and money, and understand what success looks like for you. This helps you avoid burnout. It also helps you from making mistakes that you could have easily saw coming if you had a plan. Mistake number 3, sticking too long in one step. On the flip side, some people stay in the pocket change side hustle or financial booster for too long when they have aspirations to go farther than that. Even when they have the opportunity to level up, they're holding themselves back because they just don't know what to do. If you're finding success and building your skills, you need to ask yourself, am I ready for the next step? Growth might mean taking a risk, but oftentimes that risk is worth it. Mistake number 4, comparing your journeys to others. This one is huge. I actually got my start by finding people on the internet saying that they quit their 9 to 5 in 9 months and are now making multiple 6 figures doing God knows what. It's easy to look at someone else's side hustle success and feel like you're behind, and that's what those people are designed to do to sell their courses. But remember, everyone's success looks different. Some people move quickly, others take their time. The point isn't to rush, it's to build something that fits you, your life, and accomplishes your goals. And mistake number 5, overloading yourself. A side hustle is supposed to add value to your life, not overwhelm it. If you're juggling too many things, whether that's multiple hustles or balancing work, life, family, and your hustles, you will burn out. Focus on one step at a time and give it your full effort. Quality beats quantity every time, and making sure you find a way to balance all these things is going to make this more sustainable for the long run. All right, time for another non-sponsor shout out. Big thanks to Ally Bank for not sponsoring this episode. What I love about Ally Bank is their robo portfolios, and you know this is real because it isn't a sponsored placement. I actually have their robo portfolio, and it makes investing super simple, automatic, and affordable. Whether you're just starting to invest or want to grow your side hustle earnings passively, an Ally Robo portfolio could be a great fit for you. So thanks again to Ally for not sponsoring this video yet. And hey, if you own a business or know somebody that does and want to sponsor some podcasts, hey, I'm available. All right, that's a wrap for episode 2 of the Side Hustle Review podcast. I really hope it gave you a clear idea of how you can use the side hustle ladder and how it works, and how you can use it to level up your hustle game one step at a time. As I mentioned earlier, episode 3, we're going to dive deep into the pocket change side hustles, some of the best ones out there. I'll share some of those as well as some quick, simple, and perfect ways you can do these things when you're starting out. So make sure you hit that follow button, leave a review, and share this podcast with anyone who's ready to climb the side hustle ladder. I'd also love to hear your feedback on this podcast. If it's helped, if you hated it, whatever it is, just let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.